Hello everyone. So in this lecture we will see some commands which we are going to use in order to check for the variables that are there in the workspace. So we have already seen in the first lecture that this is how we define variables and all the rules that are associated with defining or declaring a variable in MATLAB. In the second case, there are few commands which we will use to list the variables that are there in the workspace, and the first command is who. So now we can see in the workspace that we have variables. So if we simply give the command who in the command window and we press enter, then we will get a list of all the variables which are there in the workspace. So we see that we have a total of 5 variables in the workspace, and we get the same list of variables here also. Now in order to check what is the variable type or the dimension of the variable or how much memory it is consuming, we will use the command whos. So in the case when we were using only who, who, then we were getting only the name of the variables that are in the workspace. Now when we use the command whos, whos, then we get extra details regarding each variable. For example, when I give whos command, then I will get these extra information. So you can see that when I give the who command, I got the list of the variables that are there in the workspace. Now when I gave the command whos, I got this result in the output. So these are the variables name, and then along with the variable name we have the size of the variable. So in this case, when I'm saying size, it is telling us about the size of the value that is assigned to the variable in terms of matrices. For example, all the values are scalar, therefore the size that it is giving us is 1 cross 1 because it is a single element. So that means it is a matrix of dimension 1 cross 1, and they are consuming 8 bytes of memory, 8 bytes of memory each of them, and the class is double. So this class is usually the double precision that is used by the MATLAB for all of its calculations. So let's say in case if I define a matrix which is AA equals, let's say any random matrix which is of size 3 cross 3, and now when I give the command whos, we will see that we, along with the previous 5 variables that we have already defined, we are getting the 6th variable which is a matrix which is AA, and this time you can see the size of this variable is 3 cross 3. This particular size part is telling you about the size in terms of matrix dimension, and the bytes are, each element takes 8 bytes to store. So in the case of 3 cross 3 matrix, we have total of 9 elements, and each of the element takes 8 bytes to store. Therefore we will have 72 bytes of memory being consumed to store this variable AA. Okay, now we come back to other command, that is clear. So in case if we want to clear the entire workspace, right now we have 6 variables here, and if we want to clear the entire workspace, then we will simply give the command clear. So you can see that the workspace is completely clear. And now when you give the command who in order to check for the list of variables in the workspace, you get nothing because there are no variables in the workspace. And now we come to the case if we want to clear the value of a particular variable. Let's say, okay, this one more command is clear variables. So in case if we have here if we just want to clear variables from the MATLAB's current session, we can use this command also, clear variables. So this will clear all the variables present but not the other things. So this can be used when we just want to remove all the variables from the workspace and want to keep rest of the data there intact. Now this particular command can also be used to clear a single variable. For example, in this case, if I check what is the value stored in A and it is 4, and let's say I want to clear this variable a, so I will simply give a command clear a, and now when I check the value for a unrecognized function or variable a. Okay, so in the previous command when I was telling that clear variables can be used to clear all the variables, when we were using only clear, then it will clear all the variables and the functions in the workspace. When we give clear variables, then it will clear only the variables. That means it deletes all the variables from the workspace, but it will leave all the functions in the workspace as it is. Now when I use clear command to delete a single variable, then I have to specify its name. So clear a will remove a from the workspace, and we do not have, as we can see in the workspace, we have only 4 variables now. So this is how we can delete variables from the workspace. So let's say if I want to delete some variable, this variable I want to delete. So now we can see that from the workspace one more variable is gone, and we do not have this variable right now in the workspace. So this is how you can delete individual variables from the workspace. Now the final command in this session is the memory command. This memory command is used to check the amount of system memory that we have. Along with that, we also get to know how much memory is available for MATLAB to use and how much memory MATLAB is already using. So if I give the command memory, it gives us the following data. For example, the maximum possible array, that means this much memory is available for me to use in MATLAB. So it is 21,225 MB, around 21 GB memories. And this memory is the random access memory, system memory of your PC in which the MATLAB is installed. It is not the hard drive memory that you need to keep in mind. Whenever we talk about systems memory, it is always the random access memory that is we are talking about. So the maximum possible array size is 21,225 MB. So 21 GB, around 21 GBs of memory is available, and the MATLAB right now is using 2 GBs of RAM, 2 GBs of memory, 2501 MB, and the physical memory, the RAM in the system is 32 GB. So that's it for today. Thank you.